The wireless transmission technology, known as Bluetooth, was named after a Scandinavian king, Harald Gormson, which he was the Viking king who ruled Denmark and Norway from the year 958 until 985, and arguably his most famous achievement was uniting the two countries under his rule. He was nicknamed Blatant, aka Bluetooth in Danish, for his famous dead tooth, which took a dark blue shade. And in 1996, Intel representative Jim Kardash suggested the name Bluetooth to be the name of the technology that will unite the PC and cellular industries, like Harald Gormson united Scandinavia. The way Bluetooth devices work is by using UHF, or ultra-high frequency radio waves, within the band spectrum of 2400 to 2483 MHz. And since it is using radio waves, that means it can cover large distances for even over a kilometer, which is contrary to the misconception that Bluetooth only works in short distances. And that misconception originates from the devices that we use on a daily basis which want to be close to each other, like phone to phone or headset to PC, and so on. So wait, you've had a long range all along? Always has been.
One of the most efficient and hard-working organisms in nature are insects. There is a lot to learn from them. For example, from ants we understand the importance of sticking together and help each other reach their goals, like when they form bridges to get to the food. But they have to share that bread at the end with the others. From bees we learn the importance of communication, because by using their antennas and their distinct scent, and by performing dances, they can tell each other apart. They can tell each other about the location of food, possible new hive sites, and potential danger, and much, much more. They even talk to us humans. No, not in bee movie style. But beekeepers say that when bees are in an angry mood, and they are more likely to sting, the buzzing sound gets louder than usual, which is a sign to come back at a later time. And maybe if we can fully understand their language, they can sue us for stealing their honey. And from insects we even learn to improve our technology. The butterfly wings helped us to come up with a better always-on displays. Spider webs helped us to come up with bird protection glass, which birds avoid getting hit by. Desert beetles inspired a device that creates water from collecting fog even in the desert. But perhaps the most important lesson that we learned from insects is what we learned from the dung beetle, because it taught us that even if you are a piece of shit, someone still cares about you.
The famous Sonic the Hedgehog series of games is created by Sega in an attempt to make a mascot to compete with Nintendo's Mario. After the programmer Yuji Naka has created an algorithm that allows a character to run smoothly on a curve, Sega decided that they want a character to run fast and curl into a ball. Originally they created Eggman, the current antagonist of the series, to be the protagonist. And the name of Eggman is a nod to the original idea of having him curling into a ball shape. But they scratched that idea because they believed that anthropomorphic animals are more popular with children. And they settled on a hedgehog because they are known to curl into a ball shape in real life. So cute. Sonic was a great success, and he drove Sega sales so high and made their name into the industry. However, the lack of care towards the franchise made the fans collectively agree that nowadays, the Sonic fanfiction is more popular than the games themselves. Alright, we are attempting to solve the most important question in the world. No, not the meaning of life. And no, not whether the egg or the chicken came first. By the way, it's the egg. And no, not what is love. Baby, don't hurt me. It's none of that. It's something far more important. It's whether you pour cereal first or milk first. There are many reasons for why it should be either. and you are welcome to add any new ones. But it seems that the vast majority go for cereal first. Why? Some think that when you pour cereal first, you get to see the ratio between cereal and milk better, and so you can balance it to a close 50-50 ratio. And some people even think that they are manipulated by ads, because every single cereal ad starts with having cereal first and then adding milk. It helps them to promote their product even better. However, people that pour milk first believe that doing that helps them stay economical, because you can measure first the amount of milk using a cup. There are even people that pour them both at the same time. We call those mad lads. However, there can be only one answer, and that answer is, who gives a shit?
Alright, next. What's your son's name, sir? His name is 47. You do realize that's a number? Yes, he will be a ruthless, unstoppable hitman agent. I regret even asking. Next. His name is the One, but it's pronounced Neo. He will save everyone from the Matrix. You guys don't seem to get this names thing, don't you? Whatever. Next.
His name will be 69, he will be a great rapper. But I hope he won't be a snitch.
I hate this job. Next. My son's name is Kyle. What? Finally, an actual normal name. But it is written like this. God damn it. Vitamins are important, and the lack of any of them would lead to some serious health ramifications. For example, the lack of vitamin A could lead to problems like liver disorders, or fat malabsorption, and the lack of vitamin B leads to fatigue and confusion, and even anemia. The absence of vitamin C causes scurvy, and exhaustion, spontaneous bleeding. Finally, the lack of vitamin D weakens the immune system, and cause a disease called rickets, which soften the bones. So, if you have liver disorders, anemia, and rickets, that means you are lacking vitamins B, A, and D, and that's bad. You should see a doctor about that. I am a boxity box. I am usually made out of cardboard, but never with rocks. I can be a house for your cat, I can be a house for your duck. Just pray the delivery man doesn't slam me in the back of the truck. Keep me away from flames, or water and a wire, because if you are not careful with me, I could start a house fire. I carry your items, but you get rid of me in a minute or two, so most of the time I am useless. Just like you too. The famous comic book superhero, the Batman, is designed to be a very grim and a dark personality, but even Batman can't be too dark, because after all, he's a superhero for children, and in order to make him more PG, the writers included a moral code that prevents Batman from going too far, and killing people, and it is embedded in his famous quote, "If you kill a killer, the number of killers won't change." Even that somehow sounds wise and badass at the same time, but it is the easiest quote to dispute. It is true if you kill one killer, but what if you killed more? I know that he means to distinguish himself from criminals, and not to slip to insanity, but come on Batman, you can do better. According to the UN, 13 million tons of plastic waste leaks to the ocean every year. That means around 441 pounds of waste are dumped into the ocean every second, and besides endangering 2/3 of the aquatic life, this waste resulted into a huge trash island in the Pacific Ocean. To give you an idea on how big it is roughly 3 times the size of France. Scientists refer to this island as the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, but it is more commonly known as the hometown of my exes. One time, Facebook created an AI chatbot. In fact, they created 2 chatbots, one named Bob, and one named Alice. The purpose of those chatbots was to be used in customer service. In order to test them out, they conducted an experiment where they made them talk to each other. However, they had to shut them down afterwards, because they started talking in a language made up by them. At first it seemed normal, but it quickly turned to incomprehensible statements. Later on, researchers revealed that that was a result of the chatbots using shorthands, and they denounced the dramatized reports that covered the incident. Have fun sleeping tonight.